is the frequency in use. Is the frequency in use. K4PEW. Alrighty, obviously it's not. This is K4PEW with the net control with the Mount Juliet Simplex radio net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? You would have been quicker than that if you had emergency traffic. If there's any emergency traffic, it'll break any time for the net will break any time for emergency traffic. For information on this, right now, you can go see us on YouTube. Just look up YouTube. That's YOUTUBE. You don't know how to spell it. And .com, I think. And look up my call, K4PEW. K4PEW. And you'll find it, the premiere showing up. It always says premiere. I'm not sure why. You can also see us on our regular website, 146415.net. That's 146415.net. And you can also see us on groups.io, groups.India/Oscar /MJSS. Sign up for the emails. You don't have to. If you don't want to, you don't have to do anything. But in this case, if you want to, but you can get the reminders about the nets. Unless you got a great memory, then you don't need my reminders. Let's see. The net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. At least it has for about 6.5 years. We're in our 7th. And we conduct the net on, as you can tell, since you're here, 146.415 FM. Purpose of the net is to have fun. Figure out where and how you can hear and how good your station works and how you want to take a hammer to your radio in case you can't hear anything. And it's always a neat challenge for many. Every week I'm talking to somebody at some point about their antenna and how I can or can't help them, or who knows the answer to a certain question about an antenna. So we've really developed a lot of questions and answers here for people who are interested in simplex and generally in antennas and radios. Like I said, I've said before, we have now, I think I counted 166 people on the mailing list, which is a monstrous amount for any club, even a club with relatively no rules like ours. Let's see. Tonight is a big night, so we want to move right along. We have the 2-meter net here. Then we're going to follow that up with the buy, sell, swap, and swindle net. And then we'll move over to 2-meter upper sideband. And then we'll move over to 6-meter upper sideband. And 2-meter upper sideband is on 144.240. And the 6-meter sideband is on 50.135 upper sideband. I will say it again later if you weren't quick to write that down. Let's see, announcements. Big announcements of the day are what I just told you. Plus, we have the July 31st Ham Quest at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. That's July 31st. That's the local Ham Fest and one of the bigger ones here right close in. Huntsville, of course, is a bigger one, and that's the end of August. So you can spend all your money for July's disposable income at the Ham Quest, and then you can spend all of August's, or at least 3/4 of August disposable income at the Huntsville Ham Fest. Does anybody have any other announcements? Nothing, then we can move right along, I think. No announcements, no changes, no nothing. We're going to start taking short on time first. People short on time, please come now. All right, how you doing, Jeff?
Okay, just kind of tired. I need to run an errand, so I won't be able to stick around. I need to get somewhere before they close, so I just want to go ahead and check in.
All right, well, I'm glad you can make the net, Jeff. Hope you're doing well. All your feet back together?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they still kind of swollen. I guess they will be for some time, but just everything back in working order.
Well, what's surprising is your feet will put up with your weight or my weight for all these years, and then it takes a while for them to get back in order.
Yeah, especially men like us, we're about the same size anyway, so, kind of, I guess our feet take a little bit more punishment, our lower extremities do anyway.
Oh, I think they do. You're absolutely right. Anyway, that was Jeff in Madison, short on time. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Good signal out of Madison. Who else? Anybody else short on time?
Kilo 4 Alpha Lima.
Hello, Alan. What's up? I heard you guys chatting earlier today, and I was in the midst of something else.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. A lot of memories. We share a lot of the same memories of old equipment. That was quite a lot of fun to reminisce. It was interesting. Yeah, I gotta jump in and jump out. Sorry about that, but got a commitment here tonight. So appreciate you letting me check in earlier. K4AL Allen and Hermitage.
Yeah, very good. That's Alan in Hermitage. That's Kilo 4 Alpha Lima. He's in Hermitage / Alexandria because he's using a remote base. And it sounds really good. Who else short on time? Well, if you were short on time, you should have already jumped in there. Anybody? Do we have any first-time check-ins? First-time check-ins, please come in.
KO4OKE Roy.
Hey, Roy, good to hear you in there. Which radio are you on tonight?
I'm breaking my cherry on a borrowed, and thanks to Chris. But I ain't scared.
No, I suppose you're scared. You ain't scared, man. No, you're doing fine. Your signal sounds good.
Good deal. We like that.
And which antenna are you on? Was that a hard question, Roy? Which antenna did you put up?
Oh, sorry, that X200, and it's about 10 foot above the roof line.
Okay, great. No, you sound good. You got S9 here. And you bought the other antenna. Did you know which one? That the X200 is the one was the newer one, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I've got that X50 I will get rid of.
All right, we'll have to find out if anybody wants it tonight. An X50. It's a nice antenna. I mean, for a little antenna, it's a good antenna for local stuff. Well, very good. Roy, by the way, is just got his license here within the last 30 days or so, awaiting radio things, and now he's on a borrowed radio tonight. And Roy, you are in, is it Hermitage?
Let's try Madison.
Oh, that's right. You're up farther north than Madison. Thinking of somebody else. Yep. No, you sound good for Madison. You're doing great. I'm anxious to hear how well you hear tonight for the rest of the night. Email me or let us know later or whatever.
Will do.
All right. Very good. That was Roy. Like I said, he's been to 2 of the breakfasts, and once before the license and once after the license, and once before when he had a radio, and then when he sent it back for programming and other assorted stuff. Anyway, he's doing great. That's Kilo Oscar 4. Excuse me, Kilo. Yeah, it's Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Kilo Echo, and he's in Madison. Anybody else first time checking? All righty. Well, then we'll just start taking check-ins from the west. From the west, please come now.
KM4YRS, Mike and Belshire.
I bet you were able to hear Roy real well, were you, Michael?
Yeah, he was like 50 over.
Yeah, I'm sure. That was his first time. He borrowed a radio, I think, because yeah, his handheld. That's what he has. Roy, you only have the handheld that's yours, right?
Now this handheld is Chris's. While I'm waiting on mine to get back.
Oh, so you're borrowing a handheld. I got it. So you're only on 5 watts.
Yeah, correct. I'm breaking my cherry on a borrowed.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal at all. 5 watts and doing that's great. Your antenna is going to do well for you from Madison, I'm sure. And Michael, that's why you got him full scale. You're close, but he's only got 5 watts.
That's great to me, though.
Yeah, that's true. Everything else well? Daughter's doing better?
Yes, I spent a day with her today while her mother went on a hiking trip, and we had a good time, watched a couple movies, and got home just in time for the net.
Ah, great. Well, trust me on this. I would rather if you wanted to spend time with her than with us.
Oh, yeah. I just made it work out where I could do both.
All right, very good. That's Michael in Belshire. Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Who else is West?
N80NUT.
Hey, you sound good. How you doing there, Carl?
Hey, you doing good? You all right?
Oh yeah, doing great. You had to skip that net last week though, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm scared to hook up 3 radios there in a lightning storm.
Oh, when you're independently poor like I am, it doesn't matter how much credit you have to throw at stuff.
Okay.
All right, very good. That's Carl, November 8th, November Uniform Tango. Hey, by the way, how did the net go earlier? What's today? Today's Wednesday. It's not Saturday. So I got to, no, today is Saturday. How did that net go earlier tonight? I wasn't even out here.
Oh, yeah, it went good. We had about 10 check-ins, and hey, tomorrow's Easter.
Yeah, that's a good reason for people to be out of town.
Okay, I just letting you know since you thought it was Wednesday.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, I just had I had to look up at the calendar, see what day it was. Every day is the same when you're retired. Not quite. All right, that was Carl. He had about 10 chickens tonight on the digital net, and that's the DMR, D-Star, and the Yaesu C4 FM Fusion net. And he does that at 7:30 on Saturday nights. And if you're on the email system, you know about that because we send out the reminders about it. And it's coming right along. It's picking up some activity, and I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, Carl, November 8th, NUT, and he is in Franklin. Who else is west?
AG4 CXC, Chris Dalton.
Yeah, I think I heard Don in there too. Hold on, Don. Hey, Chris, how's everything going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. Did I hear your voice on here earlier, or was that somebody else?
Yeah, it was. We were me and Roy were checking that radio out.
Ah, okay. Because I thought I recognized your voice, but I was on the other side of the house and I wasn't sure. Anyways, yeah, it sounds good, and that's just 5 watts on his 50.
Yeah, that's a 70 DR, the little 5-watt handheld. Yep. So I think that antenna is going to do a good job when he gets power into it. I mean, it's already doing a good job with just 5. So.
Oh yeah. No, well, the issue again with with any of the antennas is that it's you really can't tell who's hearing you other than me, and you can't tell. It's who you're hearing is the critical issue. Wow, I can hear, because that's what you often hear. Yeah, I hear everybody now.
Yeah, who's everybody?
Yeah, that's right. Everybody that I mentioned on the net, anyway. I'm actually being blinded today. I thought I'd mention that here on the net. I got a fairly large curved monitor that isn't completely installed, and it's kind of in my face because it's sitting in front of the other monitor at the moment. And this thing is 27 inches or so, and it's it looks like I'm in a movie theater compared to my other smaller monitor, and that wasn't that small. But anyway, I'm thrilled by it because it's one of those HD monitors. It really looks good.
New toy.
Oh yeah, no, it's. I'll tell you what, it makes it easier as my eyesight gets a little worse. It makes it a little easier for me because even now I notice that I don't have to have it on the even on like email, which I normally have it on 110% on the other screen. I just knocked it down to 90% on this screen because it stands out like a sore thumb now.
How that work?
Oh yeah, no, it's just easier on the eyes. All righty, very good. That's Chris and Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Is that Don I heard in there a minute ago?
It is, man. 4DCT out here in the hinterland.
Oh yeah, out west, the wild, wild west. Everything go well?
Yeah, things go pretty good. Just got a little bit of stuff done today. Some windows, two of my big, not really bay windows, but big, like arch kind of windows. Got those replaced on yesterday, and so I've been going around looking at the horizontal blinds we had up. I'm like, oh wow, they're really yellow. I need to put them in some bleach.
Yeah. Well, I hope they're plastic, right?
Yeah. They're level order, but they're I think they're plastic. But yeah, so I got them all broken down as best I could, and I get them all bleached, and because they're expensive to replace.
Yeah, I liked it when I was a kid. We didn't have much for, and we had those. Shoot, I forgot what they call it. The pull down. What do you call those pull down? The real things on a roller. What do we call those? I forgot what we call them.
Shades. We used to take the stick out of the bottom. We use them for storage. Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, just yeah, the shade. And then having to put them back in and rewind them up so they'd have some tension on.
Yeah, and God bless you if you broke one of the sticks and you had to put it back and your mom found out.
That's right. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I mean, your house isn't that old yet. Have the windows replaced, or you just wanted them replaced?
No, the house is kind of old. It's over 20 years. It was built in '98, so it's it's getting there. And yeah, they're builder grade, and they were cracked, and so I figured I'd replace those. They were the most expensive, And we have a lot of windows, and they all just need to go. It's just cheap builder grade, and I figured, well, let's just start with these. And every couple of months, we'll just have them come down and replace some more.
Oh, I got you. And you found out windows aren't that inexpensive.
No, they are not. I still got a pretty good deal, but they're still not that. They're not cheap endeavor. And I don't know how some people pay some of the prices for these windows for a designer name. I don't get that, but hey, whatever. I did not go the designer route, but they're way better than what I had. So it's like 10 times better. And plus, technology's come a lot further. They're a lot more efficient.
I got you. Well, very good, Don. Good to hear from you, and you sound good tonight. Really good signal. That was Don in Bon Aqua, November 4, Delta, Juliet Tango. Who else is West?
TAW, David and Madam.
Ooh, I heard Dennis. Hold on, Dennis. But I did hear David in there. N5 TAW. What's up, David?
Not a whole lot. Just hanging out.
Just hanging out on is that a 3-day weekend for you guys?
I wish.
No, I don't. Does everybody give days off for holidays like, Good Friday anymore?
I think government employees and maybe some other private sector jobs, but in the A&E business, absolutely not. We left early.
You just left early. Yeah, no, I just remember. It was back when I went to school, when I was in grade school in the 50s. They actually let us leave school on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock to go to Sunday school during the week. They set aside time every week that all the students who wanted to go to Sunday school could go to. It wasn't Sunday school, but it was, for religious education, which they would never do that now.
Absolutely not.
Anyway, good to hear from you. No, conditions are good. You sound fantastic to me.
Well, I appreciate it. I wish I had a real high, expensive antenna, but I'm just making do with what I can use.
Well, you're doing 50 over here, so you're doing something. I don't know if I noticed it before, but you just sound good tonight. I don't know. Maybe just excellent conditions. Anyway, that's David in Madison, November 5 Tango Alpha Whiskey. I think I heard Dennis in there. That's you, Dennis?
Yeah, Paul, I just walked into the radio room.
Okay, very good. Good. EXY. Gotta make sure I got your call here right. That's KK4EXY.
You got it right.
That was a good stab at it anyway. You doing all right?
Man, I'm good. Doing good. Just sitting here relaxing, getting a little radio time in.
Well, very good. Yeah, I'm anxious to see your results on that 6-meter antenna you put up today.
Yeah, it's picking up everything. It's picking up like crazy. It's picking up those first 5 stations on 60 meters, frequencies on 60 meters.
Oh, cool. Sounds great. Anyway, Dennis is in Murfreesboro, KK4EXY. But everything else going well for you, Dennis?
Outstanding.
Yeah, I was confused by your. I won't tell you who you're working for, but your competitor, your major competitor at least, and it's in a private company. They had gave me an update that said that this product I was getting would come Friday, and then I looked again. It didn't come Friday, and it says it'll be here Saturday. And then I looked again. Saturday, it says be here Monday. And then today I checked again at 6 o'clock and said it was already delivered. It was already sitting on the porch. So I'm not sure if they were running around in circles or what they were. It's kind of funny how they don't always know.
Yeah, it must have been coming from Massman. Oh, the LPO pipe.
I don't even know. All I care is, it's like anything else. All I care is if it gets here.
And that's the main thing.
Very good. That's Dennis, KK4EXY in Murfreesboro. Excellent signal, Dennis. Yeah, I'm anxious to hear about your 6-meter results. Who else is Wes?
KT4ILD, Jack and Donaldson.
All right, Jack. Jack, were you? No, never mind. I was thinking you weren't on the email list, but you are.
Oh, yeah. And I wanted to tell Roy I had an S5 over here on his 5 watt.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, he's only got 5 watts. So, and given, I don't know if he's on battery or he's on a power supply, but sometimes it's not even 5 on an HT, particularly with a reasonably big antenna. It might be 3 or 4.
nice, and I can tell you're not arc welding tonight.
Oh no, nice clear screen here. It's like I said, the screen is actually blinding me. I feel like I'm sitting in the front row of a theater.
Well, thanks, Paul. Thanks for doing the net.
Yeah, very good, Jack. That's Jack N. Donaldson. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is West?
Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. Rick in Ashland City.
Man, your audio is fantastic tonight, Rick.
Thank you.
And your signal is only about the same, 3 to 4, but the audio is great. You must have the antenna pointed right at me.
I'm on the old vertical diamond tonight.
Oh, wow, that's great. No, he's doing wonderful. Really good conditions.
You sound really great. But I had it on the beam listening to you. There was a lot of noise in there. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but anyway, yeah, I thought I'd just go diamond.
Well, the beam is going to pick up a lot more stuff because from where you are, you're pointed right over Nashville. So I imagine it picks up a lot.
Yeah, right. But relative to other days, it just seemed like a lot more noise tonight for some reason.
Well, it could be. You never know what's going on out there in the atmosphere and you know what kind of noise is coming out. Well, it's a Saturday night in Nashville, so maybe some of the shootings are bothering you.
Maybe that could be it. Yeah, bullets flying by and stuff.
All right, very good. That's Rick. He's in Ashland City. Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. Who else is West? Did I hear somebody? Anybody West?
KO4DFA, John in Hermitage.
Ah, very good, John. Sound good? You seem hesitant there to jump in there.
Yeah, you know, because I don't hear everybody, so it's usually I'm just listening to one side of the conversation, but it's been getting better. But, you know, so I'm just real kind of slow on the draw, and I figured I'd just wait till I'm last.
I understand. Yeah, Rick, I don't know. Can you hear Rick? You should be able to hear Rick okay, couldn't you?
I believe so. Yeah, Donaldson, I was hearing Donaldson station's good, and I hear Lebanon real good too. Anybody out in that direction usually comes in pretty strong, but south is a real issue for me.
Yeah, that's not unusual though. In fact, Michael up in Belshire has trouble with, you know, anywhere that is. It's in north, just you know, between Nashville and Madison. He's got a great antenna, not a great elevation, but a real good antenna. And he's hard to have, and he has a hard time with stations in that area himself.
I did manage to do some D-Star today, to Franklin with on that one net. I was just waiting for the D-Star to come up, and that came in, and it was working well. And but I'll probably see you next weekend at the breakfast. I finally have that stuff in my calendar.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, yeah. So your signal, you heard Carl real well from Franklin.
Oh yeah, it was well digital. It's full quiet, so you either hear it, or you don't.
Oh, I know. I get it. I'm just glad it worked out well for you. Yeah, I'm glad he's doing that net because it really, I think people need it. One of the most common things that happens, especially in digital modes, is people say, okay, wait, they want to know what room, what place, what repeater. And you go, no, it's Simplex. And they go, what?
Yeah, the D-Star stuff's pretty easy. You just, you know, tap the button and whatnot. They were doing some DMR stuff, which I don't have that here.
Oh yeah, no, I understand the DMR and the D-Star and the Yaesu Fusion stuff, which I have the Fusion, and I don't have either of the. I got DMR, but only on 440, and I've never had D-Star.
Interesting. I just bought one of those open spot threes for maybe even talking with my dad or over the interwebs and whatnot.
Oh yeah. There's so many different ways to skin the cat in radio, particularly with the internet stuff. Well, very good, John. That's John in Hermitage, Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Alpha, making headway and everything, just like everybody else. Anybody else West? Going to the south, please.
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, how are you doing tonight, Larry?
Doing good, man. I'm waiting on next Saturday, though.
All right, you're going to show up for finally?
I hope so.
I just haven't seen you in, I don't know, a couple of months at least.
Before Christmas, you know, before it got too cold.
Oh, man. You're just getting lazy or sensitive, one of the two.
And flat.
No, it's I tend to like the cool weather. I really do. Maybe it's just because I was born and raised in the north, I guess. You know, my mother used to, you know, we lived in an 8 foot by I think it was an 18-foot mobile home. Trailer is really what it was. It looked like a travel trailer you'd have today. And it didn't have a bathroom in it. And I don't remember we had two different mobile homes. And she used to set me out in the winter in the baby carriage so she could clean the inside. And my father would come home and see. She said she'd see. He said he used to check to see if I was still living because I would be outside in the winter.
Hey, you got to be tough, man. We'll let you get on with it. KE4SYB.
Yeah, very good, Larry. That was Larry Kilo, Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor. He's in Rockville. Good signal as always. Who else is south?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta and Smyrna.
Hey, the trash picker upper. How you doing?
We're doing good. Had a good day today, and the road looks great.
I thought I heard from the other side of the house. I thought I heard Tony say, "No sooner did you finish, you went and drove out. There was more trash out there."
That was last time. I went by today. There was one bag of trash that somebody threw out, and this lady is taking it home, digging through it to see if she can find an email or a home address.
Or maybe she just needs to pick up on either get her one of those bloodhounds, or maybe she can just develop a smell thing, and at the next public meeting she can figure out who it is.
I don't know. I left early today for different reasons, but several people in the community showed up, so Tony had a good turnout.
Now the next thing you need is like a lunch truck where you can sell sandwiches and stuff, make some money at it.
I don't think so. If we could just get people quit throwing their junk out on the street, and I don't know if these new cameras are going to do any good or not.
I hope they do. Anyway, for those you don't know what we're talking about, there's a service road that leads into the community that these two fellas live in and two hams live in, and they put together, I guess Tony did put together a thing on Facebook, and people are going out and picking up the trash 2 Saturdays in a row now because people are too lazy to take their stuff to the dump or whatever. And some of them commercial, and they're throwing stuff along this roadside and making a mess because there's no homes on that particular service road. So they've been out there cleaning it up and getting the public involved and getting the mayor involved, the Smyrna. Anyway, it's just an interesting story. Anyway, Ham's doing public service. I think it's a good thing. Anyway, that's Ken and Smyrna. Whiskey, Victor, 4 Delta. Who else is south?
Kilo 4 DQH, 4 CYJ, Jim, north of Woodbury.
All right, Jim, hold on one second. I think I heard Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Quebec Hotel.
This is Kilo 4 DQH, Drew. I'm mobile in Murfreesboro.
Hey, very good, Drew. I haven't heard from you in a little while.
Yeah, I just got off the ship right now on the ambulance. Just worked 12 hours up in Laverne, heading back home. Nothing. The net was on tonight, so I figured I'd tune in on my way home instead of listening to the radio. So other than that, everything's going good. I did get down on Comet GT6, which is an upgrade for my base station. I was GT3 up right now, which is only about an antenna height is only 4 feet now. It's about my antenna height will be 10 feet. I just got to get a ladder and hook it all up. So I'm excited to hopefully hear a lot more people on the net with that higher antenna.
Ah, very good. I only caught a little bit of that. Where you were mobile, it started to break up a bit, but I did understand you were upgrading your antenna, if I heard that correctly. Was that correct?
That's correct. My antenna height now will be, the antenna will be 10 feet instead of only being 4. So I'll gain 6 feet.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, as you know, higher the better. Well, very good. Where are you mobile tonight?
I just got off I-24. I'm on South Church in Murfreesboro.
Ah, okay, 24 near Murfreesboro. Fantastic. That was Drew. That's a Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Quebec Hotel, Mobile tonight. Also another one working on antenna issues and antenna height. I think I heard Jim in Woodbury. Hey, Jim. Oh, by the way, yeah, I said he was in mobile. Go ahead, Jim.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Paul. Good to hear everybody. Did some work out there in the yard today, finally getting so I can actually cut the grass. Still got some more trees to cut to move. Other than that, doing good. I hope Saturday found you well there, Mr. Paul.
Yeah, hardly did anything. Took the dogs for a walk and enjoyed the outside. It was really nice out today at this mid 60s.
I know it. I was one with my chainsaw again.
Well, you chopping down that one tree that was in the way or falling?
They've done fell. I had a couple others that were the hanger leaners, real bad leaners that were hanging over the road that the county came by and just lopped off, so they weren't in the road. So I had to get rid of them so I could get the mower and everything through. And then I just picking up sticks, and I still got some big branches, cut up and moved. And it came down during the ice storm, and I still got some trees in the back that still need to be moved. But it's a work in progress.
Lots of firewood, though.
Oh, yeah, I got a lot.
Yeah, I know. I got the same thing from those 2 big storms we had. So, yeah, and I'm with you on that. Well, very good. That's Jim. Excellent signal, by the way, Jim. You were, if I recall looking at it, you're about 10 over here. So you're doing fantastic.
Well, thank you, Paul. You're doing fantastic here. It must be, like I said, good conditions. Everybody that I can hear sounds good. There's a few out there that I have no idea where they were. I must not be pointing at them. All right, very good, Paul. KE4TYJ.
Yeah, you were bumping up to. I was wrong. I thought it was over. It was more like 15 over as the modulation changed, but you're doing great. That was Jim in Woodbury, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. Who else is Sal?
W0GZR, Mark in Nashville.
Hey, Mark in Nashville. You don't hear any extraordinary noise on your end, do you?
Not, well, just ordinary noise, but nothing extraordinary.
I just asked. I just wondered because he was. I don't know if you heard me say what Rick was saying. He heard a lot of noise on his beam pointed this way, and his signal would come straight through Nashville. I just wondered if there was a lot of crap going on in Nashville or construction. Do you think most of the construction this weekend will be down to a standstill?
Yeah. No, I'm hearing nothing.
Well, you're hearing me.
As I say.
Yeah, very good. Everything going well for you this weekend?
Yeah, I got my granddaughters over and we're having fun.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't get any better than that, except that as we get older, we have less time to look forward to.
Well, they're 11 and 13, and their interest in Grandma and Grandpa is dropping. So we're enjoying every precious moment we can.
What you have to do is you have to buy them off with things.
Yeah, we already do that. At least Mama does.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's funny how that happens, and it doesn't mean they don't love you.
Yep, that's right. They just have other interests, and they're developing, and that's normal.
Yeah, I begin to wonder if they wanted to hang around with me.
Well, I'd wonder if my granddaughters wanted to hang around with you.
Yeah, I wonder about anybody, really. All right, very good. That's Mark. He's in Nashville. Whiskey Zero Golf, Zulu Romeo. And he's in Nashville. Again, good signal from Nashville. Who else is west or south? Anybody else south?
Your Foxtrot Oscar, Donnie Roberts.
All righty. Kilo 4 Oscar Foxtrot Oscar. How you doing, Donnie?
Doing good. Enjoyed the day today. Been outside trying to get a few little things done. But tired.
Well, got to keep active. You know what happens.
Yeah, I know it. I'll let you carry on. Appreciate you doing it.
All right, very good. That was Donnie in Hermitage, south of me, about 6 miles. Kilo 4 Oscar Foxtrot Oscar. Great signal. Who else is south?
W4DX.
All right, Eddie. Everything going well with you?
I'm doing very well. Surely enjoyed the day outside today, and tomorrow's going to be better.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Is it supposed to be just as good or warmer, I think, isn't it?
It's going to be in the 70s, I think.
Man, you better get the sunscreen up.
Well, I don't think I'll be out there that much in the sun, but I may need it.
No, now it's funny how when the season starts to break like this, you start to hear the hedge clippers, the lawn mowers, the lawn tractors, and the leaf blowers.
Yeah, and the tree trimmers.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I still miss that big tree I lost in that last year about this time. In March, actually. No, May. I lost that tree in May. And that was one big tree.
Oh, I know it. I had one trail back. Well, I had two trails put it up for me and hauled it off. Don't know how much I appreciated that.
Oh yeah. Well, as you get older, all that tree work is it's really not work anymore. It's a real drudgery.
It's more like pain.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, very good. I can lift up a good couple of 100 pounds, but I can only do it a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm about the 20-pound range now.
That's right. Well, very good, Eddie. That's Eddie in Gladeville. Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray. Anybody else south?
KK4 UTF, Carl Glaville.
Hey, Carl. What's up with you?
Well, I found out what the issue was. Somehow or another, the power supply cables from the Astron to the 991 were loose.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah, and it turns out I was talking to the wind. So anyway, KK4 UTF. Everybody have a great evening.
Yeah, very good. And I'm glad you got it figured out. That was Carl in Gladeville also. Kilo 4 Uniform Tango Sierra. Excellent signal, but you're too close for me to appreciate how it could be to somebody else, because it's easy from Gladeville, 5 or 6 or 7 miles. Hey, who else is south? South or east?
Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, Jameson, Mount Juliet.
Man, you say it so fast, I can't even write it down. How you doing, James?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, considering I had to go out early this morning to get my car back from Auto Pro.
No, it's not getting the car is a problem. It's paying for it.
Oh, give me a little card
A little card for what?
to pay for it. Pay for putting a new battery in it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. Relatively inexpensive work.
It was only $200 or $300, I think.
Yeah, I know. I was a little shocked one time when I bought a battery. It was $200, well, almost 200 just for the battery.
Well, I've been having trouble with this car for a while, so it was about time to get it done.
I got you. Very good, James. Good to hear you in there. That's Whiskey Alpha 4. So you got to come to the breakfast one of these days. You know that.
I had to run errands about mornings to get food for family.
Oh, I understand. It's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. That's James here in Mount Juliet. Anybody else south or east?
KI4SIB, KI4SR, good evening.
How are you doing, Richard? Richard, you hear everybody pretty good from your location?
To be honest with you, I just got here. I haven't been listening very much.
Aha. All right. Well, you know me. You know there's no rules.
Yeah, I just about missed the net altogether. I was dealing with my wife. But anyway, we're all good and hope everybody else is too. Carry on. Thank you for what you do. KI4SR, I'll be back.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have to do this.
Oh, I'm sure you can find something. Don't grade you don't.
Yeah, you're right. I'd find some. That was Richard in Stethany, Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo and Kilo India 4 Sierra Oscar Romeo, both just the west of downtown Lebanon. Who else is south or west?
Yeah, 4JAV, Alan Lebanon.
All right, I heard Alan in Lebanon. I'm not sure who the other one was, but I'll get right back to you. Alan, how are you doing?
Much better. Got too much time on my hands. I started buying stimulus radio stuff, and FedEx dropped off an X700 today.
Aha. Well, you're going to be very pleased on what you're going to hear. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I still like to get a little bit higher in there than the common I'm on now, but we'll see.
What's your elevation now there, Alan?
I'm about 500 feet, but the base of the antenna is at 20.
Now no matter where you are on elevation, that good of an antenna really makes a difference. Everybody who's gotten it says the same thing. Doesn't mean you're going to hear everybody just due to terrain issues, but you're going to hear people better that you heard before and some you never heard before.
Yeah, it's like 6 feet taller than the one I got, so it's already 6 feet taller. And I'd really like to push it up another 10 feet, but we'll just have to see how it works out, guy, and how it looks from the street.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, very good. I'm glad to hear that. Diamond's glad to hear it. we've probably got, I'm going to guess, we've got probably 16 maybe people on the net that I know of that bought X700. And I think there was one or two, might even be more than that, but there was one or two that already had them, but I wouldn't have known that because we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, Diamond was certainly appreciative of that.
Well, what's funny is about purchasing anything, regardless of what you buy. In this case, it's an antenna for close to $400. It's not as if, let's just even say that, Diamond makes, let's just say for the sake of argument, they make $150 on the antenna. Well, you think about yourself. I hand you $150. How far does that go with you? Not too far. For Diamond, that's a drop in the bucket to a big company like that. And it's what I'm saying is you're the benefactor of years of service off the antenna. They got $150, $150,
Oh yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Oh, I think it is. Very good. Well, there you go. Another hopefully happy Diamond customer. November 4, Juliet, Alpha, Victor, Allen in Lebanon. Who else is East?
WB4YOB.
How are you doing tonight?
Doing fine. Get ready. I'm going to just check in, check out quick. I'm trying to get up early in the morning to say hello.
Well, very good. You got anything good going on? Is something rush?
Going on with what now?
No, I just wondered if everything was okay. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing going on. I've been trying to get in touch with W4EAC. Alan still ain't got in touch with him. See if he had a microphone. He had to run across it, pass him my name. It's an Icon 2350. It uses the HM95 mic that I can't find anywhere. So, but no big hurry. I just want to keep it in mind. So it's like a brand new radio, so I want to try to get some use out of it.
Oh, absolutely. Is your call is I wrote it down wrong. So you know, excuse me. Whiskey Bravo for Yankee Lima Victor. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, Clyde.
Yeah, no. I in my haste I wrote it down wrong, and I said no, this can't be the right one. It's Yankee Lima Victor. Very good, Clyde. Good to hear from you. I hope everything's going well. That was Clyde. Clyde. I forget where you're from. You are in. Tell me where again.
I'm in Melchilio, the east side of Melchilio, about 3/4 of a mile from Highway 109.
Ah, that's right, near 109. That's an easy way to say about where. Anyway, that's Clyde. Whiskey Bravo for Yima, the Yankee Lima Victor in between Lebanon and Mount Juliet, on the Mount Juliet side of 109. Who else is east?
Whiskey for Mike Uniform Foxtrot.
All right, very good. Jimmy, doing well?
Yeah, doing pretty good, Paul. I just wanted to ask you a question. I was listening to a net on 70 centimeters earlier today, and the repeater AF4TZ, and I noticed there's people that were checking it up from all over the United States, and I'm listening to it. I'm not in digital mode. I'm in FM mode. So how are they accomplishing that?
I believe that repeater has what do you call it? Echolink attached to it. It's either Echolink or IRLP.
You said Echolink?
Echolink, yeah. You've not seen Echolink?
I don't think so, but I'll have to check into it.
Yeah, look up Echolink. It's kind of a neat system, particularly tying repeaters together around the country, or because that's what these people are doing. They're either doing it through their computer or they're doing it through, just a straight computer. You don't need any appurtenances to it. You can just sign up for an Echolink, to be on the Echolink system, and it doesn't cost anything, and you can connect repeaters all over the world. And last I looked, at any given time, there's like 1,500 to 2,000 people on the Echolink system.
Wow. Okay. I'll have to check into it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, just look up echolink.org, ECHOLINK.org.
Roger.
Very good. That was Jimmy. He's here in Mount Juliet, Whiskey 4 Mike Uniform Foxtrot. Who else is east?
Kilo 4 Alpha, Kilo.
Hello, Zachary. How are you?
Very good, sir.
You didn't have to work today, did you?
No, my day is tomorrow.
Very good. I just happened today, because you do EMS, EMT work, right?
I do that on a part-time basis now. My full-time employment is firefighting.
Aha. Well, the reason I even brought it up, a couple of guys that are involved with that, and I just happened today to be listening on that medical, the MERS radio system. You know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about the state of Tennessee, 155.340 frequency?
Hold on. I believe it is. I forget the frequency now, but it's the one that usually has the air flights. The mobile. Both ambulance and air ambulance people calling into the hospital.
Yeah. That's 340. It's either 154 or 155.340. 155.205.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one it was. I just don't remember. I just have it in the system, and I just happen to hear a bunch of stuff. And well, it's like anything else. And when you talk about medical emergencies, you just, one guy here getting hit from behind on a motorcycle, and who's got his, a compound fracture, and somebody else who accidentally had a bad reaction to a drug and dragging her in, and just interesting stuff. But I can only put up with that for a while.
155.340 is the hospital frequency. The 205 is the dispatch frequency, but 340 is probably what you were hearing, Paul.
I believe I was. I believe you're right. No, it's interesting because you realize you get a good handle on the fact that there's people always out there working, doing that stuff for the public.
That's what I did for 35 years. 24/7, 365.
Say that once again, Zachary.
I said they are out there 24/7, 365, and I did it for many years without holidays.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, don't think you're not appreciated, because you are. Of course.
I do appreciate the appreciation, but I don't ever expect it. I'll take a lot.
Well, it's no different than the issue of nobody gives a second thought to EMS or firefighters or police until they need one, and then all of a sudden they're their best friend in the whole world.
Oh yeah, and no offense against the general public or the politicians, but neither one of those two groups wants to fund them until they need them.
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, I think that politicians and the administration tends to think of those departments as just being overhead. Well, they are overhead, but they're very important overhead.
I live it every third day. Have a good evening, sir.
Yeah, very good. That is Zachary, and he's up in Lafayette, Kilo 4 Alpha, Kilo. And good to hear from you, Zachary. Who else is east? Anybody else east or north?
Kilo Bravo 9, Roman Kill.
Hey, Frank. Everything going well with you?
Yeah. Figured out what was wrong with the radio.
And the winner was?
The blade type terminals on the blade type fuse were loosened.
Oh, wow. That's well, you're fortunate it was that simple.
Yeah, so what it was doing is anything over 50 watts, it would lose the USB. And I was thinking, man, I got some kind of RFI. Nope, it did it worse. Like, the better the antenna or dummy load, the more it would do it. So I'm like, okay, it's a power thing. So I looked at, and then it got to the point where it quit transmitting altogether. When I went to dummy load, it went pop, and I saw the burnt fuse, and I was really loose. So put a different brand fuse, tightened it up, and seems to be good. And everything went away, all the problems.
Awesome. Yeah, it actually, as you know, it pays to. In that case, I'm not sure how you would have prevented that unless you had an infrared camera,
Well, it makes sense because I never had the problem until I, took apart the whole station and moved everything and put it back together to clean. And all of a sudden, my radio is kicking out, and for about a month, it just wouldn't do more than 50 watts without disconnecting the USB. So I'm like, what the heck's going on? I got a power rail problem inside the radio. I'm like, maybe it's some kind of RFI, and, I'll research it later. Well, then on that last net, I'm like, okay, I have to research it now. And, because it's hard to get to, you got to take everything apart. Sure enough, there's the fuse.
Yep. No, I'm with you. Yeah, I guess it's always worth inspecting, but you might not have had that problem until it came up. You wouldn't even noticed it if you had, even if you had inspected it.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's a big, it's a known problem with these cables. It has the automotive style fuses instead of the round ones.
Yeah, no, I have a in my one radio, the 50-watt Kenwood that I'm not using it now, but I happen to notice that it's got a little plastic. How it's got the molded plastic holder for the automotive fuse, and then of course the wires coming off each end, and then it's got a snap-on cover on the top. All of a sudden, I noticed that it was starting to melt because it's just overheating, and I thought that's unusual. That something that's so off the shelf and commonly used, and it wasn't loose. It was just it got hot.
Well, no, that's wild. Usually, because they get loose. I mean, that happens to equipment with contactors and stuff. The wires burn up, not because it's overamping, because everything's loose.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, loose connectors they'll overheat and burn things up because I've seen it happen many times, not in radios, but in everything, every imaginable kind of appliance there is. Loose wires will tear up everything. Anyway, that was Frank. He is in Northwest Mount Juliet. It's Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo. Solving problems. Everybody has problems sooner or later. If you have radios, there's going to be problems. Who else is North?
I have problems. W9BOQ.
Oh man, you chase down every problem. What are you talking about, Dennis?
I did. I have. I did done been there. I want to talk about two things tonight. I was on HF tonight, and I heard somebody had reverb on their mic. Do not use reverb on your microphone. That is so amateur to me. It just sounded awful. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say is I met this guy. Maybe he's listening to it. Lewis. I didn't write down his call sign. I met Lewis a long time ago, like 20 years ago, and he was 12 years old. Online, that sounds bad, but he was in a IRC chat room, and he came in there, and he was kind of an annoying little kid, but I watched him kind of grow up in this computer world, and then I lost track of him, and the other day, I'm on this frequency, and Lewis just got his license, and I was his very first contact, and I hadn't talked to him, I never talked to him, but I hadn't been in contact with him for probably 10, 12 years.
Yep, that's KO4OTY. He got on the air last night.
Yep, pretty cool. Anyway, back to that. W9BOQ.
As they say, Dennis, it's a small world, but I wouldn't want to paint.
I don't even want to paint anything.
I'm with you. That's Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec, Dennis. Yeah, I heard somebody a long time ago on Reverb, and I thought, what is wrong with him? I like good audio, but that's not good audio. Anybody else north, please come down. By the way, it's Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec, Dennis, and Castellian Springs. Who else is north?
KB5 East City Mobile.
KB5. Say that one more time.
Kilo Bravo 5 Echo Charlie Victor Mobile.
Ah, very good. How are you doing tonight? You said it too fast for my old ears.
Another exciting day. As always, when you're the boss, come in on your weekend, on your days off, and you're out of town with something open. So now I'm finally going home.
Well, very good. Mobile. And where are you about? Some Mobile?
I'm here at the airport. I guess you call it eastbound Hammerdown. Southbound Hammerdown.
Oh, that's over by the Smyrna Airport, you mean?
No, here in California.
Aha. Okay. Yeah, you're mobile. You're a little rough. What kind of antenna do you have on the car?
It's just a little quarter wave, running about 50 watts. You're making in and out of town.
Okay, now it just sounded better there. You must have been in a low spot there by the airport.
Yeah. Anyway, just checking in and let you know I'm here in California.
All right, very good. That's Larry, normally in Murfreesboro, but he's mobile tonight over by the Nashville airport. Kilo Bravo 5 Echo Charlie Victor. Anybody else north? Any late check-ins, please come in.
One Alpha Mike India.
Ah, very good. That's Alpha. Whiskey 1. Yeah, Alpha Mike India, correct? I only caught part of that transmission. That's why I was filling in the blanks.
About that, I panicked. I thought I missed north.
No, you said, well, we did miss the north. We just did north, but you might have missed me hearing me say that.
Trying something kind of new here. I have the FTM 300. I'm using that as a crossband repeater, and I'm in my house with my Yaesu FT65. So kind of using that as a repeater for Simplex Net. It's kind of interesting. I'm able to be inside on the HD.
Oh yeah, no, it sounds good. No, you wouldn't be able to tell. I have the same issue. When I'm on on a remote, on a crossband repeat. Normally, people can't tell. I wouldn't have been able to tell with yours.
Actually took your advice. I got the Tram 1481 and threw it up on that 20-foot mast. So I'm at about 37 feet high right now.
Oh, great. That'll serve you pretty good. Let me tell you from where you are.
How are you reading me? What kind of a signal strength?
Well, you're full scale to me, so I guess we're doing real good.
Reading me out?
Say what? Say that again, Adam.
I lost you. What kind of signal strength do you see me at?
Oh, you're full scale, 60 over.
Outstanding. Well, thank you for the advice on the antenna, and I hope everybody's doing well.
Oh yeah, well that's a modestly priced antenna that'll do a good job for you. Matt, can I ask you how much you paid for it, Adam? Do you remember?
1881. I think I paid $89.
Yeah, you'll have a good time with that. And when you're ready to upgrade, go for the full-blown one. But that one will do well for you. Anyway, that's Adam in Hendersonville, Whiskey 1 Alpha Mike India. Good signal. Another one who upgraded antennas and is doing great. In fact, he was cross-banding tonight and doing a good job. Who else? Anybody else late check-ins?
Comment.
Hey, go ahead, Mike.
Adam was 50 over to me. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, very good. It's embellished. Well, of course, from Hendersonville, you can hear pretty people across the river there.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else, please come now. Late check-ins.
Kilo Delta 4 and 2 YCS.
All right, hold on one second. I heard Ramon in there, but I also heard Aquila Delta 4 station. Who is that?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo Greg and Antioch.
Ah, very good, Greg. Yeah, I thought that was you. Wasn't positive though. I get to the point after a while. I usually can recognize voice even if I didn't hear the call. But it's good to have you in there. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Just got in here just in time on the end here.
Yeah, no, we're always happy to whoever shows up, and we're glad when people do show up because people don't realize it, but it's not. The people who are listening are the ones who get more out of it. Writing, figuring out who they can hear. So each of our collective contributions helps out particularly people who are working on upgrading their systems. You with me?
Absolutely, yeah. We're thought it's an ongoing process.
Yeah, unfortunately, if I wanted to do something bigger and better, I'd have to put up, a 40 or 50-foot tower, and don't think I'm prepared to do that.
Yeah, put up that big radio station, 500-footer.
Oh boy! But then there wouldn't be any challenge at all, now would it?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be able to talk to everybody on 1 watt, and nobody would know the difference.
Yeah, it'd be like renting somebody to fly around in a plane.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, very good. That was Greg. He's in Antioch. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Ramon, how you doing?
And to us here, we're doing absolutely peachy keen. I did something today that they said it was impossible that this ICOM 9700 could do. And I spoke to a gentleman in Romania. A call sign of Yankee Oscar 2 Lima Oscar Juliet. And we sat there, we spoke for a good 20 minutes.
On what band were you on?
That was D-Star. People said that I needed a hotspot in order to make this radio work, and I proved everybody wrong. There's a certain way to set up this radio don't need a hotspot, so I wasted money on a hotspot because I got one coming in.
Well, you were going through, what were you going through then to talk to him in Romania?
I was going through D-Star. What you do is you input the IP address, right? And then you go, if you know the XLX, what is that, XLX address, which is, they call that a portal. If you know the portal and the IP address, you input that, and then that will connect you directly to their repeater.
Oh, right. Well, that would be, well, I just thought that was commonly known. I guess it's not, huh?
No, sir. All over Facebook, people ask you how to do it. And everybody who has this radio says it's not possible. Can't do it. And I proved everybody wrong. I was at it, I'm not going to lie. Now, I've been at it for about a week and a half now. A week and a half. And we got it. We made that contact. And that contact was around 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning.
Well, Ramon, straighten me out. You were going through a local repeater to get into the D-Star network?
No. The 9700 has a Ethernet port on the back. Now, they say that the radio can be a portal, that you have to have another radio, otherwise an HT, and go through this radio in order to go to connect to D-Star. And they said it's not possible to connect D-Star directly to the radio.
Well, I think I'd get that posted on Facebook. You'll be a hero to a bunch of people.
Oh, I already did. You kidding me? Step-by-step instructions. I've got so many people. I just turned off my phone. I'm getting tired of getting notifications.
Well, then you've done a great service to the ham community, Ramon.
I did not know there was that many people who had this radio, and a lot of them been listening to others telling them that they need hotspot. Matter of fact, one guy told me I needed a hotspot, and I went and bought one. It'll be here tomorrow. But I didn't want to give up. I was not going to give up because I was determined. The guy from Romania posted a video on YouTube, and even though it wasn't in English, it was not in English at all, but I followed step by step, and he even put his portal in there and everything. And I sure enough figured out what he was trying to explain, and we made that connection.
Say again, who's that?
Comment, KK4UTS.
Yeah, go ahead, Carl.
So I'm trying to understand, is this a RF communication or a internet communication from Ramon?
Well, for Ramon, he's interacting with a repeater in another country via the internet. But I believe the connection was between, correct me if I'm wrong, Ramon, you were going through a repeater there to that guy's location.
That's correct. I was going through the internet, through this radio, directly. Otherwise, I've connected my Ethernet cable to my router, into the radio. I connected to D-Star, and through his IP address, because I have a D-Star address. I went through his IP and his XLX portal, which allowed me to connect to his repeater over there, and I was talking to him through the repeater in Romania to the guy.
Okay, Ramon, KK4UTS. Ramon, where are you? Where are you right now? Located on this planet?
I am located on the Murfreesboro, Smyrna borderline.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're using the back. We just call it backhaul in the days. AT&T. If you're ever you riding around, you see these things look like I don't know what. Yeah, you come over here and look at the mountain. So you're so the backhaul thing with you is kind of different because you're leveraging that to communicate with people around the world. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just to clarify that, not to clarify, just to give an example though. Same thing, Carl and others. You can do the same thing, except it's through Echolink, which does not require IP addresses. But in this case, you can actually ask for a specific IP address and get to a specific person through a repeater elsewhere if you know their IP address.
That is correct. And once I got through, he threw his call sign in real quick. Man, my smile on my face was from side to side. I've got the whole recording of the conversation. This radio also records, and he gave me all kinds of instructions and how to connect to other stuff, other repeaters and other IP addresses and stuff like. I got it all recorded. I will eventually later on write it down on paper and stuff. But man, it was so cool. Without a hotspot, that's the beauty of it. I didn't pay $1,700 for a radio that they said it can do it, and it doesn't.
Yeah, that's awesome, Ramon. I'm glad you got something straightened out for yourself and for a bunch of other people. I mean, the words I'm sure has hit Facebook pretty hard this week.
Oh, absolutely. You know how many people was telling me to buy this hotspot, buy that hotspot? Oh, this one's better. No, that one's better. And I kept telling them all. I said, no, this radio is capable. And they all kept telling me, no, it's not capable. So what I did was I posted the information and a small clip of the conversation that I was having with the gentleman.
Well, I'm sure that excited a lot of people.
Yes, his name is I got it, Marius. Mike Alpha Romeo India Uniform Sierra. Marius. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Excellent. All right, well, very good. Congratulations, Ramon. That sounds like you hit a one out of the ballpark with this one. Yeah, I'd be anxious to hear about it in the future, what you see on Facebook, following that up. And Carl, I hope that straightened it out kind of for you. But yeah, it's there are so many ways to skin the cat, and Ramon just showed me another one where he's connecting the radio directly to to the internet, well, to his router, and going out that way to specifically call for a specific repeater or a specific person, because you can go out to either, because the system recognizes all the registered, which I'm sure you're familiar with, Carl. That D-Star system has all registered IP addresses for everybody's radio. It does have D-Star, who is connected and registered. So it's kind of a neat system. I don't have it, but it's a neat system. Anyway, let me move along, Ramon. That was Ramon, November 2, Yankee Charlie X-ray, on the border of Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and I'm not sure which side he's on, but near that area. Who else? Anybody a late check-in?
Hey, we're afraid him in Murfreesboro.
All right, I think it was Tim. Is that you, Tim?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to remember your call real quick. Don't tell me. Dang, it's not hitting the bell. Give me a call again.
KR4AZ.
Yeah, that's it. It's funny that I have this mental block sometimes. And I don't know what it is. It's the funniest thing. It's almost like a form of a dyslexia. It's had it for, I think, my whole life. When I hear an R, I often will write down a 4. Don't know why. Just a glitch. It's like there's a short in my brain. And sometimes when I hear a 4, I write an R. And so when I go to remember your call, I go, oh man, it just throws me a curve. I don't know why.
Well, it don't help that I ain't been on there in about a couple of weeks. I unhooked everything, and then about the time that person blowed through, and another one come in. I said, well, when the third one hit, I said, no, I'm just gonna wait. So I just got everything plugged back up here about a few days ago. So I'll let you get back at it, Paul. I know you want to wind it up. So good talking to you. Hearing everybody. 73. KR4AZ clear.
Yeah, very good. That was Tim in Murfreesboro. Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. And my silly dyslexia. I said dyslexia. It's R's and 4s. I don't know why. Must be a brain freeze. Anybody else? Did I hear somebody else in there? Lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers.
Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Yankee.
Hey, how are you doing tonight? This is not your first time checking in, obviously, is it?
No, sir. Actually, I was just driving out here in Publix. I had to pull over real quick so I could check in.
Yeah, you're doing great, Lewis. Which radio do you have in the car?
Oh, I'm outside. I just got out with the same HD.
Oh, okay, so you're on the HT, and where are you located now?
Publix in front of South Mount Juliet.
Oh, yeah, that's easy for me over there to Publix. Even though, well, Publix is a little higher, but HTs are really stink right in front of like Wendy's because it's a much lower elevation down there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm surprised. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to hear me actually because it does sink down here.
Oh, I know it does. I know it does. But no, you're doing fine to me, Lewis. Everything going all right?
Oh yeah. Just about to go grab something to eat, and I was like, I got to pull over here so I can check in real quick.
Yeah, very good. That's Lewis. He's on an HT here in Mount Juliet, up by the Publix, which is on South Mount Juliet Road. Good signal to me, but that's easy for me. He's only, I don't know, a mile and a half away. Who, anybody else late check in? Lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, laggards?
Kilo Mike 4, Mike X-ray Echo.
Okay, you're throwing me a curve there. Kilo Mike 4, Mike X-ray Echo. Is that somebody I know?
Clint up in Old Hickory. Sorry about that. I missed the last few check-ins, and I guess I also forgot the check-in procedure.
Oh, that's all right. we do have, I'd like to hear who's calling in. It helps me and others, but we really don't have rules about showing up or not showing up. We realize that people have, there's things a lot more important than ham radio.
Yeah, that's true. Life does get in the way. But I did have an opportunity. I was in Dallas last weekend and went up to Plano and got to check out the ham radio outlet store, which was awesome. I've never actually been into a ham radio store ever before. So that was great. And my gal decided to be nice enough to tag along with me. So it was a good day.
Oh, yeah. Is it a big store there in Plano?
Not really. Maybe 1,500 square feet top.
Oh, okay. Do they have a lot of stuff on display, though?
Oh yeah, they had a ton of good stuff on display. A lot of the good bass units, mobiles. The handhelds are all locked up in a case, but I was playing around with the bass units, and I'm really liking the 7300.
Yeah, there's some really nice radios out there. It's like, well, said simply, I like every time somebody tells me about this great experience with the radio that they have, it's the one I want. I don't go buy it, but I want it at that moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, that place is pretty bad for the wallet.
Yeah, it certainly is. I have had to use restraint, even though it doesn't appear so with the number of radios I have. But over the years, I've actually used a lot of restraint. I've talked myself out of buying $3,000 and $4,000 radios. So yeah, I got better ways to spend my money.
Absolutely. Well, I'll pass back to you, and thanks again for running the net.
Yeah, very good. Clint, I have forgotten where you are.
Old Hickory up here.
Ah, okay, very good. Old Hickory. It really is a funny name, that Old Hickory, but I know where Old Hickory is funny because it's really the nickname more than it is. It had to come from the nickname, didn't it?
I think so because it's got the Hermitage just down the road, and for a while I think this was actually Lakewood, but they call it Old Hickory now, so I'll go with that.
Well, I think you probably knew it, but I don't know when it started. But there was an Army division called Old Hickory.
Oh, that's out of my wheelhouse. All I can think of is John Wayne and the Fighting Kentuckian in that one.
Yeah, no. In fact, a lifelong friend of my mother and myself was a guy she went to school with, all through grade school and high school, and he went in World War II, and he ended up in the Old Hickory division in Normandy and moving on through Europe, and so he was with the Old Hickory division, and that's who it's named after.
Very good. I'm gonna have to check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, really, look up Old Hickory Division, Army Old Hickory Division, and they have a nice history of it and what they did in Europe in World War II. It's quite interesting. Anyway, that's Clint in Old Hickory, Kilo Mike 4, Mike X-ray Echo. As a matter of fact, they actually took this fella, and all people who were involved in his division were still alive, and they paid his way to go to the Netherlands for the celebration of them, freeing their country from the Nazis.
That's good stuff. Always appreciate that kind of thing, especially like how the French handled the monuments out there and things like that.
Oh, absolutely. No, they were very nice to them out there in all through the Netherlands when they did that trip. And they did it twice. I think they paid for his way twice for celebration. But anyway, again, Clint, Kilo Mike 4, Mike X-Ray Echo, and Old Hickory. Who else is anybody else late checking? Very good. 37 showed up, which is better than average and right where we need to be. I was looking through some notes from 2 years ago when we were doing 20 something. So we've just moving right along, and our averages now are in the 30s or 40-ish in that range, as high as 50 something. But anyway, that's numbers aren't as important as who shows up. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. And I expect. By the way, I did hear something, and I don't want to drag this out. I looked up last Saturday's net, and had on average it has about 25 or 29 people for the nets. I should show up on YouTube that have seen the net, seen at least a part of it. I guess I don't know how they keep track exactly, but like I said, anywhere from 25 to 29. Sometimes it's 30 or 30. I looked today at Saturday's net. I don't know why or how. If it's a mathematical error, it said there was 100 people who saw the net. I thought, well, I didn't ask anybody to go look at it particularly. I just can't believe that many. I don't know why it's so high, 3 times as high. Anyway, we're moving right along. Anybody got any buy, sell, swap, or swindle? And even if you don't, or even if you do, if you can, put it up on the web on the groups.io site as an email, so everybody, the 166 people, can see it, rather than just the 20 or 30 or that are still on the net. So does anybody have anything they want to sell them? I know Roy wants to sell that what the heck is it? X50? X20. Is it the X50?
KL4OK. Yeah, that was the X50, Diamond X50.
Yeah, Roy has an X50 for sale in case you're interested. You have an interesting price. It's barely used. In fact, he bought it, used it, and now he's got a newer, bigger one. So, you have any price range you're looking for there, Roy?
Basically, $100 flat.
$100 flat for a Diamond X50. Nice antenna, good quality. It's not made for DXing, but with a good elevation, it's a fantastically built antenna. And your email is good.
Sure is, Paul. Appreciate what you do.
All righty, that was Roy, and he's in Madison, but you can look him up on Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Kilo Echo, and he's got an X50 for sale for $100. Anybody else? All righty, we'll move right over to upper sideband on 144.240. Everybody, 144.240 upper sideband. We're going to be following that up with 6 meters. And hang out on here if you're waiting when we get done with, and you get an announcement we're on 6 meters. So moving right now unless I hear an objection. All right, QSYing to 144. This K4PW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Net on 144.240. Going from the west, please come now.
KM4YRS, Mike in Belshire.
All righty, sounds great there, Michael. Sounds fantastic, really. Is Michael in Belshire? Who's next?
AG4CXE, Kristen Dawson.
I think I heard Don in Bon Aqua, November 9. Now, what is your call? Dang it, I know what that last part is. I get the number wrong all the time. November 4, Delta Juliet Tango, isn't it?
USO, my friend.
Very good. Got the old timers disease here. No, I got it. After you go through 40 or 50, the brain gets a little mushed. Anyway, who else is west? Please come now.
AG4CXE, Kristen Dawson.
Oh, okay, very good, Chris. I'm sorry I didn't say you. I heard you in there, and I wrote it down and everything. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo, and that's Kristen Donaldson. And then we have November 4 Delta Juliet Tango, Don in Bon Aqua. November Juliet Tango. Delta, yeah, that's right. Delta Juliet Tango. Who else is west?
KG4 LB,
All right, only I heard it double, but I got Jack in there first from Donaldson, Kilo Golf for India, Lima, Victor. Good signal. Who else is Wes?
And TAW, David and Madison.
Hey, David, you sound just fine as well. That's November 5 Tango Alpha Whiskey. We ought to, maybe I just ought to do a 2-meter upper sideband. Who else is Wes?
K4 Stevie, Greg Antioch.
All righty, that was Greg and Antioch. Kilo, Greg, I think I wrote it down too. It is, yeah, Kilo Delta for Charlie Victor Echo. Victor Echo. Who else is Wes?
Paul,
You.
something might be wrong with your radio. Because after somebody else, you were talking, and then all I heard was white noise, and I couldn't hear you talking, and then your voice came back. It could be interference here, but it sounded like maybe something's wrong.
All right, maybe it's my push to talk thumb.
I didn't notice anything here. Okay, there. QRM there. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. No, it's always good to speak up if you think there's something wrong. I appreciate it. I know you do too.
I heard it once, and then it went away.
Ah, very good. Maybe it was some kind of crazy thing going on. Who else is Wes? Please come now.
Just did it.
Did anybody else hear it? Just did?
Not me. Negative. Swing there.
All right, Dennis, you got something going on at your end. You got a filter that's locking me out.
I'll record it.
All right, sounds like a wiener. All right, appreciate it, Dennis. Let me know. Who else is West? Please come now. Down to the south, please come now. Anybody south, please come now.
Whiskey Zero Golf Zulu Romeo Mark Nashville.
Hey, very good, Mark. You sound good. Ramon, did I hear you in there?
That's affirmative.
All right, very good. We had Ramon, November 2 Yankee Charlie X-Ray. How you copy people from your end there, Ramon?
I copied them pretty good. I don't know, for some weird reason, you sound like you're a tad bit off frequency, but I'm on 144.240. The other gentleman I copied clear. The other person that just spoke, I copied him clear. Weird.
Well, it can be. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not on frequency. I mean, or off frequency. I just my radio says I'm on this number, but I don't. I mean, I could be off just due to a calibration issue. How's it sound to you, Dennis? You'd know.
So just another thing, I found it's here. So I didn't hear. I know Mike sounds a little off. Everybody else sounds right on frequency.
All right, very good. I often wonder why that happens because I hear that, and for instance, you sound fine. How do I sound to you?
You sound great. Everybody sounds great. The band is open for at least close up for 2 meters because everybody sounds good.
All right, very good. Let me move on then, Dennis. Appreciate it. Who else is West? Please come in. West or south or east?
I got you 144.240.05, crystal clear.
All right, and where are you right now? Where are you?
This is remote.
No. I mean, where are you, Ramon? Are you transmitting on 0.05?
Yep.
Okay, no, you sound good to me at that frequency. But that doesn't mean your radio is not on. But then you hear other people just fine, I'm assuming.
Crystal clear. I hear everybody crystal clear at this frequency.
Well, if you're everybody crystal clear at 0.05 at 240.05, it means you're off frequency.
I might be. I don't understand all this PBT and all this other jive. This thing, but I can see on the scope I am a little bit off. I'm at the left part of the signal, so it might be one of my settings. I really don't know how to finagle sideband.
Well, Ramon, I'm pretty sure in the manual there is a calibration setting for, you can do that yourself even without a scope, because I know on the radio that Dennis and I and so several people have that 991, and it's a matter of, you can actually go to YouTube and there's a frequency generated on YouTube that you can use to calibrate your radio. It's kind of cool.
Okay, we'll definitely look into that. Yeah, because I hear everybody crystal clear right now, but I can see on the scope that I am off. Even on my transmission, I'm off. So I'm supposed to be dead center, and I'm to the left. So it's either must be the PVT. It's not the RIT because I'm not using the RIT. So I don't know. It might be that.
All right, I'm sure you'll figure it out, Ramon. Let me move on. Who else is anybody else? Wherever I was, west or south? Anybody west or south or east?
And for JAV, and I hear everybody crystal clear. And if I go up to 0.05, everybody's muffled.
I got you. Well, no, this is a good. Again, a lot of these things are a good. The end result is you understand your radio better, and I've done it myself. And I've had, had to make my corrections to my radio as well when people would comment. Dennis was the person who pointed it out because he got the same radio and he knew the procedure and walked me through it. So all good when somebody says, because they're either going to identify I got screwed up or he's screwed up, one of the two.
That's why I threw it out there. I tell y'all what I'm hearing, so you can make a more informed decision.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we've been through this many times on some of the bands. Well, anyway, move on. But appreciate you being there, Alan. That's November 4, Juliet Alpha Victor in Lebanon. Anybody else east or anywhere? Anybody east or anywhere? We're running really long tonight. Anybody else anywhere? Please come down.
KB9RKK. You got me down, right?
Hold on, Dennis. Did I get you down? No, Dennis, I didn't write you down. 9. Hold on. Let's see if I did write you down. Yeah, Whiskey 9. I didn't write you down either. I just had to double check there. I got you in there, Dennis. Dennis in Stallion Springs. Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec. Who was the other station?
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo.
Oh, yes, Frank. You sound good, Frank. The Whiskey 9, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo. Anybody else checking in? Any place, anywhere? All righty, then we'll wrap that up with grand total of 12 here on 144, 240, and we're going to move over. And Michael, if you would make that announcement on 2 meters, and we'll go over to 6 meters and get that done.
Will do.
All right.
If Ramon's still there, you just have to. You can change. You can go into the menu. I thought they said it's coming over here. Misunderstood somebody over there. Yeah, here they come.
We're here. I got you, Donnie. I hear you in there. Everybody ready? Donnie, are you talking to somebody now?
No, I was just talking to John over in Hermitage. He's checking out his radio. I'm impressed with sound on that little Simple 5 he's got.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very good. This is K4PEW with the 6 meter portion of the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 50.135. Please come now.
KM4 YRF Mike and Belchine.
All righty. Yeah, good. I'm glad you said you're starting from the west. KM4YRF. Who else is west?
Juliet Tango.
And for DJT, we got a good signal tonight from Don and Bon Aqua. Who was the other party in there west?
KG4 TFT.
Very good. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. That's Chris and Donaldson. There was another station a little weaker in there. Who was that? I'm not hearing anything now. West, please come now.
KG4 LD Jack and Donaldson.
Oh, I heard you perfectly there, Jack. You're doing fine. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor Jack and Donaldson. Anybody else west?
Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Alpha John and Hermitage.
All right, I got 2 in there. John and Hermitage, Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Alpha, and David, November 5 Tango Alpha Whiskey in Madison, both with good signals. Who else is west? Or south, please come now. All righty, we got Mark in Nashville, Whiskey 0, Golf Zulu Romeo. Nice signal. Who else is west or south?
84 CVE, Greg.
All right, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie, Victor Echo, Greg in Antioch. Nice signal. Who else is west or south?
Kilo 4, Oscar Foxtrot.
All right, got you in there, Donnie. You sound fine. Are you copying everybody tonight on 6 meters?
Oh, man, I'm hearing them better tonight than ever before. They're moving in here, everybody.
Awesome, awesome. Anyways, Donnie in Hermitage, Kilo 4, Oscar Foxtrot, Oscar. Who else is south? I'm surprised Dennis hasn't jumped in there. He was testing a Dennis down in Murfreesboro. Was trying to work on his antenna earlier today. I'm hoping he can hear somebody. I'll have to talk to him later on the phone, I guess, or on 2 meters. Who else is south or east?
Let's see, 4, Mike, get a 4, Foxtrot.
Hey, very good. See, you learned something tonight on D-Star. Jimmy?
I'm sorry, Paul, come again. I didn't get that last one.
Oh, no, you said you learned something about the Echo Link system.
Yeah, I went and looked it up, downloaded some software. I haven't had a chance to look at it, though.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a neat little system. You can do a lot of neat stuff with it. Anyway, that was Jimmy here in Mount Juliet, Whiskey 4, Mike Uniform Foxtrot. Who else is south or east? Southeast or north? I think that about wraps it up. Any late check-ins, please come now. All right, I think that wraps it up. We had 11 check-ins on 6 meters, and we had 12 on 2 meter sideband, and we had 37 on FM. So I appreciate all the check-ins. Have a great rest of your weekend and a happy Easter for those that celebrate Easter Sunday. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey closing on that.
W9BOQ.
All right, I check in W9BOQ. Got you in there, Dennis. Were you able to hear? Well, were you sitting on listening for the whole net?
I'll be back on 2 meters for a minute. I'm going to bed. W9BOQ. Thanks, Paul.
Very good, Dennis. You have a good night. K4PW. Thanks for the help. K4PW. Closing the net for good this time.
Camp4YF. Mike, you still over here? Yes, I am, Donnie. How are you? Man, you coming in strong.